What's up, guys? Hope you're doing great. We got one of the coolest people in the lawn care community on here, Ron from Greenscapes Ohio YouTube channel, and we are coming down the home stretch here to the EQUIP Expo. And so I thought we'd come on here and try to do a quick episode and try to get him back to his night, back to his family. But we should wanted to come on here and chat for a minute, and so he's gracing gracing us with his presence tonight. And just thank you for being a friend for a long time, and just thank you for who you are and all that you are. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you.
Well, thanks, buddy. It's great to be back.
Yeah. So how have things been going up there with you? What are some of your thoughts as we go into Equip? I see you sent me that blue skag. I
Yeah.
seen that one other time before. What is that about?
So apparently, I think the company that owns Skag, I think it's called Metalcraft, I believe.
Uh huh. I think that's
They
right. Yeah.
are, yeah. So they also own Bluebird Rentals. So I guess those mowers are painted blue for use as rentals at Bluebird Rentals, but they're pretty cool looking though.
What is Bluebird Reynolds? I'm not. They don't have that where I live. I mean, they have
They
rental
don't have it where
places,
I
but
live either. Not that I'm aware of, at least. I'm familiar with Bluebird. They make like the pool behind aerators and stuff like that that
uh
people
huh.
have. But apparently they also have a big rental company, and they everything's blue. So I guess they're making now that Skag and Bluebird are under the same umbrella, they're making blue Skags for the rental business.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I guess that does make sense if you think about because I have seen several, um, not particular in my local area, but when I'm out and about, vacation and if I'm in Atlanta for some weird reason or something, I see the Sunbelt Rentals. They have these, Bobcat
Yeah, the
skid
green
steers. They're
ones.
green. Yeah, right. And they're supposed to be white.
Yeah,
You know what
we
I mean?
have that here. We do have Sunbelt, but I've never seen the Bluebird ones.
But I guess it's that same kind of concept, I guess is what I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
thinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, what's your thoughts as we're coming in towards the expo here? Tell us a little bit about what's been going on with your channel. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to the last few weeks with that. What are you thinking as we go towards the expo? What are you going to do with your channel? What are you thinking about the days? Tell us a little bit about
Well, that's a lot to unpack. Well, first off, I'm super excited. I can't wait. I love going. It's a great time. I get to hang out with everybody. I'm pumped up. So,
that. Absolutely.
um, the channel is it's going right along. I did actually accidentally stop the everyday shorts. I made it like
Oh,
a little over a year, like 380 days in a row or something like that. And I guess in the back of my mind it was like, you don't have to worry about this every day anymore, and my brain just let it slip. So and it's been great. It's been nice to not have that
yeah.
monkey on my back, but I've accomplished the goal. I made it over a year, so I got that done. So I put out a just a long form video yesterday. I went to the Paul Bunyan show. It's in Lore City, Ohio. It's basically like imagine Equip, although much smaller, but same kind of idea. But it's just for like the firewood and like sawmilling industry. So
Oh, that sounds
a
so
lot of
cool.
it's super fun. A lot of log splitters, giant firewood processors, portable sawmills. And then have you ever seen like the steel timber sports where the guys
Yes.
they race with the so they do that there? Like Steel comes and does the show from there, and just a bunch of cool stuff like that. So I go to that every year. So I just put up a video about that yesterday. It's doing pretty well. Let's see what else with the channel. My plans for the channel at Equip, it's going to be the same as always for me, Tony. I'm going to go. My plan is to hopefully every day, when I get back to the hotel at night, try to piece together like a day one, day two, day three, at Equip video to
I
put out
gotcha.
each day. And then I'll do like I did last year, that video that you shared, like
Yep.
I forget what it
That
was
was
called,
awesome.
but EQUIP Expo, see it all in 90 minutes or something like that, where
Yep.
I'll kind of take a little bit of everything I saw over the 3 days, mash it all together, probably like an hour long video or whatever, and put that out. Try to get that out like maybe last day or the day after Equip, when it's still, when everybody's still searching it. And then from that point on, I'll have a lot of content that I shot there to make, videos on specific equipment, specific brands throughout the rest of, the next couple months.
So do you have like specific brands already like picked out, or you're just gonna wait and see which ones like when it goes? Like, do you have something in mind, like a particular machine brand?
Yeah, no, I've got one of those little field notes notebooks with a bunch of video ideas and concepts and brands and stuff. So basically, I'm going after anything new and exciting, right? Of
Okay.
course,
Yep.
any kind of groundbreaking new this or that, and then obviously the big Hustler, Xmark, Skag, the big
Yep. Yep.
brands.
Yep.
Go through their booth, see what they've got, anything new, things like that, and then any kind of product that maybe isn't a piece of equipment that there's you get when we get the media passes, right? They start
Uh huh.
sending emails from companies, right?
Oh
Come see
yeah.
our this, come see our that. Well, I don't know if you saw the one about the new type of oil dry type stuff, like the cat litter type stuff you put
I
down as you
did. I
spill
did. I didn't
oil.
think nothing about it, but I saw it. Tell me about. Tell me more.
Well, I don't know much about it either, but I kind of skimmed through the email, and it actually looked pretty interesting. I don't know if it makes for a good video, but I think I'm going to swing by and check it out. It sounded pretty cool, but just those kind of things. Makita's got some pretty neat stuff that I'm
Okay.
hoping to
Yeah.
check out. Obviously, Milwaukee, you
Uh
know
huh.
everything they've got coming. So I don't know. It's going to be a lot of bouncing around. I've got some commitments with a couple companies to do stuff, but other than that, anything that kind of catches my eye or
Well, can you
whatever
can you
the
tell
buzz
us
is.
can you tell us any brands you have picked out besides the kitty litter? You're going to see the kitty litter, but other than
I'm gonna go see the kitty litter. Yeah. I'm gonna go stop by Ego.
that,
They've
okay.
got a couple new things that look pretty interesting to me. I'm always into the battery stuff.
What are the new things?
Um,
Can you tell, or is this like NDA, or like what is it?
it is not anything I can't tell, other than the fact that I don't have my list in front of me and I don't exactly remember.
I
I
gotcha.
can tell you there's a couple new products from Echo that I definitely want to check out. They've got a new bush trimmer that's really cool,
Oh wow, on the
and
E-Force line, or what is it?
it's the 56-volt X series, the battery
Yeah,
system.
that's the E-Force line. Yeah.
I don't know if it's E-Force anymore per se,
Oh
but the
really?
same concept, yeah.
What do you mean? Did they?
Right.
What do they call it now?
Well, I believe the E-Force line has been phased out in favor of just calling it the Echo battery system.
I gotcha. But it's still the
It's still the same thing.
56 volt. It's not the old 58 volt. They just
Correct.
they called it E-Force when it first came out, but it's the same thing. They just stick with the X
It's the same
series
thing. I
things.
think
Yeah.
they're just taking
Okay,
E-Force off of everything and just going with that.
that makes
But
sense.
yeah, there's that backpack blower is pretty sweet. So I'm going to hopefully make a video about that. Get one of the product managers from Echo to kind of walk everybody through, because there's so many questions that people have as far as battery life and stuff like that. And I read the stuff and I hear things, but I would love for the information to come direct from Echo so that I don't give anybody bad information, because it's a pretty exciting blower.
Any
Um,
word? Are they going to get you one or what?
well, so the word is, as of right now, they are focusing on only sending them to the West Coast. They didn't tell me why. I'm assuming because they had a lot of where they're
Battery
banning two-stroke
regulations and
equipment and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I think they want to roll it out that way first, which makes sense. I'm not
Uh
pumped
huh.
about that, but but it does make sense. And it is a pretty expensive product. I would love to
Right.
go pick one up for myself. I do get a pretty nice discount through the fleet program, but it's still, I mean, it's $1,700. So
Right.
I don't know if
Right.
it's worth it for me to buy it just to try it out when I try it out as much as I want at Echo. So, but I hope to get a video out there for everybody, because if you are looking to invest in a battery powered backpack blower, and you're looking at, the best ones out there, Crest makes a really nice one. It's just what the price is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a great option. So I'm interested in checking that out a little bit more. Um, Antigo Tire and Wheel, I've worked
Oh
with them
yep.
quite a
Yep.
bit. I'm definitely going to be stopping by and seeing what new stuff they've got to offer. I buy all my tires for everything, even trailer tires, all of it. I wish they had truck tires. I'd buy those there too, but I've had the best luck with them, and they're so much cheaper. I don't get paid from them at all. I just love it. So I'm gonna definitely stop by and talk to those guys and see what they've got new.
I was talking to my dad about that the other day. I haven't seen any of their emails or anything, but he has some bald tires on this John Deere Quick Track he has. I mean, they're bald, and I was like, you should stop by Antigo and see what they have for that because I didn't know anything about them except for I had that Skag Patriot and it came with the Antigo whatever it is tires on it, and I
Yep.
really like whatever that tread pattern is that they call that. I just thought it was
Yeah.
super cool. Looked cool. They worked well. Like they didn't really tear up turf bad. They had good gription. You know, whatever the word is for that. Like, yeah. So I didn't know much about them. I know my friend Antonio does stuff with them, like somehow, like with the brand Boneyard Lawn
Sure.
Service. But yeah, I told him to stop by there and see what they have. You know, I'm assuming they have all those sizes. You know, like it's a stand-on mower, John Deere stand-on mower. My dad has that. Tires are
Oh yeah, they
completely bald, so I'm assuming they'll have some.
yeah, you name it, they've got it. And I've got a discount code. I'll have to text it to you for your dad. I don't really post it or give it out.
Oh,
So I
that's
don't remember
great.
exactly what it is, but I have a 10% off code I can give him so he can save a little bit
And then he
there.
just buys it on the website or what?
Yeah, yeah, just go on the website and when you go to check out, just enter I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
No, that's fine. You can get
And,
it to me later.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, ask him. Remind him when we see him at the expo. Hey, go check out this tire for his mower. And like you're saying, and
Yeah, I
also
definitely
trailers
will.
and stuff too, because he has a lot of tandem axle trailers and just
Sure.
yeah. So that's really really cool. Any word? Do they finally have the much anticipated for the last 10 years? Or they came out with the Cujo undies yet? I want the leopard pattern. You know, with like
I
I want like the mesh on the back.
that might be I'm not privy to anything about that. I'm not
So yeah, anything else? You said ego, yeah, echo. I did you see that email? Did Ferris mention something about a new mower? Have you seen any pictures of that? Is that
No, I
for real?
haven't. I might have overlooked the email from Ferris. I don't remember seeing that. There's a ton though, so I could have missed
Right,
one, but I'll have to
right.
check that out.
Yeah,
I haven't really heard of the big groundbreaking,
I haven't either.
debut products.
Right, I haven't
There's
either.
usually something, but I haven't come across it yet.
I'm surprised you're pumped about the kitty litter.
I am too, Tony, but I like that kind of. I found some really cool stuff in the little
Oh,
tiny
absolutely.
booths,
Yeah.
outside. So it's worth a shot. It may not make a video on YouTube, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what
Do
it
you,
is.
do
But
you
it's
spill a lot
super
of oil
cool.
in your garage? I mean, my truck leaks oil out in my front yard, I guess, over where it's parked, but like I don't spill it inside my garage. Like I've never needed it. I mean,
Yeah,
I try to do oil change on the mowers like out in the driveway. That way if that for some reason it, drips out of the pan or something, it's outside on my driveway and it kind of will dissipate. I try not to spill it like inside of the garage. Um,
well, I'll tell you what does it, Tony. For me, I thought I would save so much money by buying oil in bulk, right? So I bought a drum of oil
oh wow.
and like a pump that screws into the top, just a hand pump, and and I'll tell you
You
what,
got your own oil well at your house.
well, basically the problem is it makes an absolute mess because that pump, even after you're done, pumping out what you need, it tends to drip a little bit. So I
Oh, I
kind of
gotcha.
try to spin it around so it drips onto the top of the drum, which is just a big mess. And then I'm not going to do this again. It wasn't a great call, but I've got to finish it up. And then what I started doing now is putting it into like actual oil containers
Oh, okay.
instead
Yep.
of I had like this little metal kind of like oil can thing, like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
and that made a terrible mess. So so yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do spill a lot of oil. Everything I've saved by buying a drum, I've probably spent by dumping it out here and there. So it wasn't the right call for me. I'm not a big enough business to require a drum of oil. So you live and you learn, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think about that for like wintertime, if I'm running the gas blower, backpack blower, and I use a pretty good amount of two cycle oil, I would love to have like even if it was just like a 20-gallon like roll around tank in my garage of like the mixed
Sure.
gas, and then I could just every day, fill up, the little 2.5 gallon, like top it off like every single day, which would be about empty, from the day before. But, um,
Sure. Sure.
um, in fact, when it's really, in the kind of the peak months, you can probably sometimes I can go through closer to 5 gallons a day. I don't know, it just depends. But
Right.
I would like to do that instead of every week, stand there at the gas station and mixing the bottles of oil and all that. I mean, it's okay, but like, what if I could just, because they sell it where you could mix it, 5 gallons at a time or whatever, and dump four of
Oh
those in
yeah.
a 20-gallon thing, fill that up, and then get more gas for that once a month or something. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. I would like to do that. That would be neat.
Well, Echo and Steel, I know they both have the 5 gallon two-stroke oil buckets.
Yeah,
They're
it's
right
almost
around
like
300 bucks for 5 gallons.
oh, you mean like an actual 5 gallons of oil?
Yeah, it's a 5 gallon bucket of the two-stroke oil. Yeah.
Well, I know that they also have it like in the packs, like to where, maybe it's like a quart of oil. That's probably not correct exact measurement, but it can mix 5 gallons worth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, for
That's what I'm
sure.
thinking.
Yep.
But you're saying you can get actual 5 gallons of oil if you wanted to really go big time and dump it in a big
Yeah.
tank or something.
Yeah, well, they make a little hand pump that you can just so the I haven't seen I've seen the steel one. The Echo one I know for sure has a little circle on the top that you pull out, kind of like a paint bucket, and then you just screw a little
Little
hand pump
plug
into
kind of
that
thing.
hole. Yeah, and then you can just refill your containers or put it right into your gas can or whatever out of the 5 gallon bucket. And I haven't done the math on it. It's just under 300 bucks for 5 gallons, so that seems like it's cheaper than buying like the little 2.5 gallon bottles is what I usually get. But
Go ahead and get 10 of those and stack them up right beside your big barrel of oil you have over there.
right, for sure, I'll be set for a while.
So
Hopefully, I won't be using much two-stroke oil anymore. I'm hoping to be free of that
yeah.
one day.
So are you? Yeah, they need to send you that blower, right? And then that's kind of
Yeah,
you're
no
waiting on
kidding.
that. And then how's it? What are you thinking this year, like as far as your firewood business? Because I know you hit that up, pretty regularly too. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm hoping for cold weather. Right now, it's pretty crazy. It's what is it, October 6th, and it was I think 83 today here, which
it was
is
83 here.
it's kind of unheard of for us to be this
Right.
warm this time of year. But in August when it's normally high 80s, low 90s, it was in the 60s. So things have been strange. We're going about 2 months now, and we've had one day of rain. So things did green back up quite a bit, but stuff's still growing really slow.
Uh huh.
So I don't know what that means as far as the season ending. I usually mow until first or second week of November. So I
Okay.
don't know if that's going to be longer. One year, maybe 5 years ago or so, we were like 60 degrees on Christmas Day, and we were, mowing and doing cleanups in December, which is the only time that's ever happened that I can ever think of. So I don't know. That's not good for firewood. We need to be cold to sell
Right.
firewood,
Right.
but it'll do well. I'm sure it'll get down there. I don't know.
Well,
We'll
if it's
see.
still warm, and maybe you still make some money cleaning up leaves, right? So.
Yeah, either way, I'll take
Right.
either one.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So do you have like some like already stacked up and whatnot at home?
Oh yeah, we've probably got I don't know, roughly maybe between 20 and 25 cords, probably.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
great. The other day here, even in Georgia, I saw this big loader, and he had this tree, and he was like dumping it onto this little. It wasn't little; it was big, like this like conveyor system thing. He was dumping it on there. It would go. I guess it would like the machine would like cut it into firewood links. It would split it, and it would shoot it
Mhm.
up that belt. You know what I mean? Up into a pile, like
Yeah.
ready for firewood. You know what I mean? Like they didn't do anything except dump the log on there with the loader. You know what I mean? Like I saw the guy doing it the other day. I'm like, man,
Sure.
that is the way to make firewood right there.
Yeah, that's a firewood processor.
Yeah.
So that's what was at this Paul Bunyan show, right? Just dozens of different ones of those. I know you're taking a break from social media, but if you stray from that, if you take a look at that video I put out yesterday, it's a whole bunch of those firewood processors. So it's from log to finished firewood ready to sell, and it goes very quickly. I mean, some of these big machines can do several cords per hour, which you'd never do with a log splitter and a guy. I mean,
Right,
like
right. You'd be standing
five
there for a
five
long
cords an
time.
hour from
Yeah.
yeah, 100% with a sore back.
Right,
But it
right.
does take, it takes somebody to constantly be loading that machine. It takes someone to be operating the machine. So it is a process. And then you wear out chains pretty quick. So you're changing those out and stuff like that. But, a lot of guys that process like a moderate amount of wood will rent one of those for a week or so, and they'll have logs staged up and everything ready to go. They're kind of expensive depending on how much, you sell. I mean, you're
Right,
talking
right.
$100,000 for a halfway decent one. So,
Uh-huh.
but they really do they do save you so much work.
That's incredible. So I'm sure, yeah, I mean, so you got to make sure you sell some firewood because you need that thing for 100,000. Then you need that $100,000 loader that's dumping the logs on there too, right?
Yeah, right,
Like you're not just picking
exactly.
that up with your hand and throwing it on there. You know what I mean? I mean,
No, definitely not.
so there's it'd be a whole setup. It's a serious firewood setup, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah. It's
mean,
not for the guy with the little firewood stand out at the road per se, but yeah, if you're selling a lot of firewood, it could certainly be beneficial, especially if it eliminates, paying a salaried employee, right? If you're
right,
paying
right.
somebody $50,000 a year to work out there, all of a sudden 100,000 on a machine doesn't seem that bad.
Right, right, absolutely. Yeah, within a couple years, it's paid for. Yeah, I mean, I,
Sure.
I guess that does make sense. But I just thought it was crazy to see one of those even here in Georgia. I mean, we do have several cold months, but I never seen one of those. Like, I mean, I've probably seen them online and stuff, but I've never actually like seen one operate like that, and that is cool. And then, so this Paul Bunyan thing, they have a lot of like my dad has like the Echo CS590. I've bought him one years ago, and that thing's
Sure.
bad to the bone. It's a big saw.
Oh yeah.
And then I know a lot of people take those and they like port them out and stuff, use for the
Sure.
competition. And that's what you're
Yeah,
saying
absolutely.
they're doing that stuff there at the place.
Yeah, they've got literally dirt bike mufflers on these
Uh
things.
huh.
They're they're
Yep. Yep.
they're
Like,
they're pretty serious.
"Wah."
Yeah, they're they're pretty. There's something else. There's a lot of big companies into this, and a lot of the big guys. There's a whole, just like we have the lawn care and landscapers on YouTube. There's a whole community of firewood guys, and I watch a ton of them. And those guys are all there doing their live broadcasts and putting on demos and stuff. It's super fun. I have a really good time with it. Nice group of guys.
So you went to it, and is it like semi local or something?
Yeah, I've been every year for probably over 10 years now. I go every year. It's about 90 minutes south of me,
Oh,
so
that ain't bad at all. It's
it's a
close.
pretty easy drive, and it's just such a great time. I love it.
And so is it kind of like Expo? Do they have like different booths with brands and stuff? It's like
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's a trade show for, logging, forestry, firewood, and like lumber production. So it's all those things, and it's at a fairgrounds, and they do, on one side there's like the steel timber sports part where they're doing the competitions, and then there's a big grandstands for everybody to sit and watch that. And then around, like inside, I guess the track is there's like a circular track that goes around by those grandstands that I don't know what they use it for, maybe horses or something possibly.
okay.
But then inside that huge track is all kinds of equipment, firewood, like, I mean, Tiger Cat's a big company that makes big excavators and bulldozers, and you
Okay.
know
Yep. Yep.
so they've got all their huge heavy equipment out there. There's logging trucks, there's skid loaders and excavators, and all kinds of firewood processors, log splitters. I mean, sawmills, you name it, anything related to firewood production and forestry. It's there. And the big Husqvarna is probably the biggest. As far as saws go, there's not much of a presence from, Steel does the timber sports thing, but they don't have like a big booth with their product there.
That's weird.
Husqvarna does. It is weird. Husqvarna does, though. They really have a huge section where they put out, all their saws and stuff like that. It's unfortunately it's the only thing lacking. Um, like the expo has is the ability to try everything out, right?
I
It's for
gotcha.
obvious reasons you can't just hand anybody a big, heavy, powerful chainsaw and
Right,
turn them
right.
loose. That could be dangerous,
What about
but no,
Echo? Are
it's
they there or no?
Echo's not there either. No,
Oh wow.
yeah, I've never in all the years I've never seen Echo or Steel, which are pretty big names in that world. I've never seen either of them there. Steel does sponsor a lot of stuff or a lot of stuff there, but as far as like an actual presence from the company, they're not there other than the Timber Sports.
Now, what is you mentioned the Tiger Cat. I don't know what those act. The only thing I see some guys with like a front license plate in their truck that says that, and I'm assuming it's some kind of a piece of equipment. But I don't, I see equipment every day, but I don't know if I've ever seen like, I don't know what they look like with my eyes. You know what I mean? I see the caterpillars. I see all these ones. Tiger Cat, you're
Yeah.
saying they make like excavators and different things?
Well, yeah, yes and no. So those guys with the Tiger Cat license plates are probably loggers, and so Tiger Cat makes equipment like
Do they make
so
skidders
it'll
and stuff?
skidders, yeah, with like the big claw on the back that grabs at
Okay.
the logs and kind of drags them out. They make those. They make big tub grinders, which is like a kind of like a chipper, but on a much bigger scale, right? Instead of like a chipper that you would see towed behind a tree service truck,
Uh huh.
this is like a huge machine that would come in on a semi trailer that like Tiger Cat has models that are on big tracks, like huge tracks, like a giant excavator. And this thing just crawls around to wherever you need it. You can put full trees in it, and it just grinds them up into little chunks.
Oh
They
wow.
make things that look like excavators. They're not really for excavating, I guess, but they like a feller buncher that goes and kind of. Have you ever seen like those logging shows on the Discovery Channel or anything back in the day that it looks like an excavator, but on the bottom it's got this big thing that grabs a big tree and just saws it off at the
Oh
base and just
yes,
picks it
yes,
up.
I've
And
seen those. Yeah.
so Tiger Cat makes those just heavy equipment for the logging industry, basically.
Oh, I gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know what that is. I just assume it was some kind of flex that some of these guys do. Just like these guys, I see a lot of.
It could be.
Yeah, I see a lot of these guys riding around in a $5,000 pickup truck with their Snap-on license plate on the front. I'm like, bro, if you buy like 3 wrenches, like this is the value
Yeah,
of your truck. You know what I mean?
right, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, it very well could be that. I don't own any Tiger Cat equipment, but I've probably got about 5 or 6 sweatshirts. So
Yeah.
so
Oh
I,
wow.
I may be in the same boat. But yeah, they make really cool stuff. Just big skidders and loaders and harvesters and stuff like that. Just fun equipment to look at and stuff.
I gotcha. That's cool.
Just
Yeah,
big
I didn't
big
know that. So
toys.
you're so that's where you're getting some content from there too as well. Like in the past, you've been doing that too as well.
Yeah. I go every year and get tons of content there and just have a great time. It's like EQUIP, right? I go talk to a bunch of people. They have great food, right? So there's an Amish community not far, and those ladies come and they make since it's the Paul Bunyan Fest, right? They like Babe the Blue Ox, right? His companion there. They've got the Paul Bunyan burger and these Amish ladies make this stuff. It's like homemade noodles with chicken and mashed potatoes, like all mixed together.
Oh
It's
wow.
so good. So it's basically you go and hang out with your friends and eat good food and check out cool equipment, and it's a good time.
Oh, that's cool. So do you like know some people like in that side of the industry as well? Just like on the lawn
Yeah,
side?
absolutely. Yeah, even like local guys around me, everybody goes down if you sell firewood or you're remotely close to that industry, or even if you just heat your home with firewood or stuff.
Right?
If you're looking to buy, like if you need a new saw, or it's the best place to go for if you need chains or bars or anything like that, because I mean, you name it, axes, wedges, any piece of equipment that you could use for that, it's a great place to buy it without tax, without paying shipping, and you're getting a great deal at the show. So that's a big part of it. There's a guy there that just has a whole booth of gloves. Like you name it, if there's a glove for it, and he's got, I bet 250 different types of gloves.
Oh wow. Just for all
Yeah,
different
I don't
things.
know
If you want
why, but yeah, there's
if you want
there's
leather
a lot.
gloves or like the dipped gloves or like whatever.
Oh,
You
you
got
name
some?
it.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. That's really cool. That's awesome. So that must be because like in the past years, I've seen some of your videos and stuff, and I'm like, I wonder where that's from because I don't think that's equipped, but it's kind of like that, and so that would make sense. So I didn't know you've been hitting that for several years. So that's really cool, though.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun.
And so you said you've been going to it for several years, and it kind of pertains to your firewood sales too, right? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, and even before we moved to firewood, we still a while back we used to heat our house with firewood. Like our
Uh huh.
primary source of heat in the winter was firewood. So I kind of got into it as almost like a hobby, right? I just really enjoy it. That time of year, it's cooler outside to go out in the woods and kind of just do your thing. That's fun. So I would go even before I started producing firewood to sell. I went back then, even just to check it out and have a good time.
I gotcha. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so Equip, you're gonna make so every day you're gonna make a video. Sorry, I'm jumping back to that. But so like, what
Yeah, no.
your plan to make one video every single day of the show? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I get a ton of content there, as you know, but I will my hope is to be able to release a video each evening after the expo, and then kind of one big video at the end of that kind of encompasses everything I saw in those 3 days, which is the one that like I did last year.
Uh huh.
And then as time goes on, throughout the over the winter and stuff like that, I like I'm this list that I've made, right? I looked at what I did last year. I think um got a number here. I don't know. I think I ended up with a little over 30 videos, 30 long form videos from last year's Equip, and then well over 100 shorts from that. So I'll be doing that again, and then I'll just schedule those videos out because the videos that are Equip in nature, right, that are like day one of Equip, just kind of walking around showing everything I see, maybe people I talk to, maybe an interview in a booth or something like that. Those are like Equip focused videos. The rest of the videos that I'll schedule out will just be focused on one particular piece of equipment, right? And then that
Gotcha.
that video
Yeah.
doesn't need to be up while Equip's going on when everyone's searching for Equip related content, because it's more of a product related content, right?
Uh
So it
huh.
can go
Uh
up
huh.
whenever. So those will just be scheduled out, and then I'll do like the snow raider and all the little sidewalk snow pushers and the salting equipment. I'll make sure to get a video on a lot of those, and then when it's that time and people are looking for content around that stuff, that's when I'll put those videos out. And then when spring comes, I'll have some stuff that new mower or new blower or whatever people might need for spring. So I try to just get content from a lot of different products and then upload it and schedule it for when it's most appropriate.
Yeah. And so that the way you do yours, does that work pretty well? Because as you know, there have been some years where I like filmed and filmed and filmed at Equip Expo, and I would put out like 20, 30 long videos over the months, and I would get so many comments. People are like, "We're sick of watching the expo videos now. You need to just
Yeah.
move on to your normal
Yeah.
videos." So like, does
Yeah.
that happen to you, or does it not?
Yeah, and that's kind of why that did happen, back in the day when I first started doing that, because you know how it is, Tony, when the equip is going on, all
Everyone
the
wants
people
it
who
right
aren't able
then,
to make it,
right?
yeah, they want it then, especially the people who are stuck at home and they weren't able to make it to the show. They
Right.
still want to see what's going on. So that's why while I'm there and right after equip is when I'll put up those videos that really only make sense to be equip time videos. The rest of those videos throughout the year, they can go up whenever, because I'm just showing you the check out this cool tracked mower from Hustler.
Right. Right.
That can go up whenever because it's just a cool piece of equipment to check out and learn about. Or, look at this new Greenworks commercial backpack blower. That can go out
Yep.
whenever.
Yep.
People are always looking for a new blower. So I think doing it that way eliminates that, just pounding you over the head over and over with more and more equipped videos, because I'll schedule them out for months, and then other content in between that's not necessarily from equip or whatever, but it's just a good time to get all that stuff that people want to see at once, because in order to get all the cool stuff from Echo and from Hustler and from Skag and from Wright and everybody, I mean, it would take me forever to go around to all the
Right.
different dealerships
Right.
and
Right.
do it in person there. So it's a busy few days for me for sure, but I love it. It doesn't bother me one bit.
Yeah, and so that's I plan on doing that. Putting out a video that first day night as well. Um, and so I feel like people really are looking for it. I mean, you might pick up all kinds of new viewers because people are searching around for EQUIP Expo. You know what I mean? Like of that day,
Yeah,
during the event. So guys out there,
exactly.
if you're listening, even if you don't even have a channel or something, if you want to make some videos at EQUIP, that would be a good time to like head start off your channel, but don't wait. Like do it like that night at the hotel, like right then. That's when people want it.
Right,
Because I feel
right,
like it does, the actual EQUIP videos, they can get stale really quickly for people. A week after, 2 weeks after, be like, nah, they don't want to see it. Then they want to see it just right then. But the way you do it was, hey, look at this piece of equipment. Yeah, that makes sense because you're rolling it out. It's not about the event per se. Um,
right. And you can, and I still work some stuff in, like maybe a week after Eclipse over. I might make a video called, well, last year I did, called "The Coolest Things We Saw at EQUIP Expo," right? And it's just like some of the highlights. Like this thing was really cool. That was pretty awesome. And people still watch stuff like that because they want to see, oh well, I've seen all these EQUIP videos, but what's the coolest stuff that was there, right? So that kind of idea, and the other stuff, the other content on each individual piece of equipment, it's really evergreen content, right? It's good
yep,
forever because
yep.
I'll just title it like, 48 horsepower Ferris, blah, blah, blah.
Uh huh.
And then that video is there, and they do great for SEO because anytime someone's researching that mower on Google, your video, as long as it's ranking pretty well and you have good keywords and a good description and stuff like that, your video will pop up in the search, and people watch those. Like my videos from EQUIP 5 years ago still get tons of videos every day because they're on a specific product that people are looking for, and a ton of them flop and don't do anything as well, to be fair.
Right, right.
But you take the good with the bad.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, that's good. That's really really good info for and tips for me and for others, as well. Um, do you have a battery chainsaw?
I've got several. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I've got a top handle from Echo that's awesome for just keeping in the truck and zipping off some branches. It's got
Yep.
like a 12
Yep.
inch bar on it, and it's awesome. I love it. I've got a little handheld one that's got like a 4 inch bar for just like that limb that's hanging down that hits you in the head every week when you
Right.
mow, like
Right.
zipping that guy off. And I've got one from DeWalt. I'm not sure the model number. It's a smaller one, a smaller top handle saw from DeWalt as well. I basically just have that because I'm bought into the Echo battery platform, or I'm sorry,
Right.
the DeWalt battery
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
So it just made sense to get that. That was before that I had the Echo one, so I
I
got
gotcha.
that, and it was great. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend that one the most. It does its job. If you're just a homeowner guy and every once in a while you have to cut a little limb up, it's perfect for you.
But you
It's
like
not
the
something that you
you
would.
like the Echo battery saws better?
Yeah, and with good reason though. It's nothing against the DeWalt product. It's just the Echo saw I have is the X Series Pro saw. It's for professionals, right? So it's meant to be used a lot all day.
Right.
So it performs as such. Where the DeWalt I think is more geared for the weekend warrior who might need the wind blew over a little tree in the backyard and he's got to go cut it up. Well, he's got that. He's got a couple batteries from his drill and his
Yep.
saw or
Yep.
whatever. So it works perfect for that. But it's not. You can tell it's not built quite as well. It doesn't. The batteries don't last quite as long. It gets hot. It doesn't cut as well. It doesn't throw the chips out as well. Just stuff like that. It's just not meant to be used all day professionally, which I don't use the Echo one for that either. It's just
Right.
handy to
Right.
not have to worry about gas and mixed fuel and pulling it over and over again. You just put a battery in and push the button and it goes.
But I mean, DeWalt, they have some bigger models too. Like
Yeah,
on the
sure,
Flex
sure.
Volt or whatever they call their kind of more higher end ones. Um,
Yeah, they do, and I haven't tried those. I have tried the weed eaters. I've tried I have a handheld blower from them as well. It's not it's not for me. It's not good stuff in my opinion. I tried it, and again, it depends on who the user is, right? It
right.
doesn't work for me necessarily in my business, but it would definitely work for someone who just used it around the house.
And what do you have as far as? Because I know you really like the Echo, whatever they don't call it E-Force anymore, but whatever it's called, the X series battery.
Yeah, just the
What do
yeah
you
the
have?
56-volt battery system.
What do you have now total, like in your collection of that lineup?
Oh boy, I've got the top handled chainsaw. I've got two of the DPB 2500 handheld blowers. I've got, let's see, I've got the telescoping pole saw.
Okay.
I've got a couple of the, what is it? The DPA, DSRM, I think, DSRM 2600.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the
Got a couple
commercial
of those.
trimmer. Yep.
Yes, which is hands down the best thing I've ever bought. I love that thing. It has all the power of my 2620, and I never have to put gas in it or start it. And I literally haven't used a gas powered trimmer in over a year. I just
Oh wow.
love these things. And then what's the bush? I've got a hedge trimmer. I think it's a DHC 2800. It's a 28-inch double sided hedge trimmer. Um,
That's cool. And how many
I'm probably
batteries
missing
do you
something,
have?
but a lot, a lot. Maybe 10.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is, and depending on the product, right? Like those little handheld blowers on turbo mode, with the trigger all the way in, they actually blow pretty well,
Oh,
but they
absolutely.
use
Yeah, it's
they
strong.
they really drain the battery power pretty quickly. Whereas I can put a 5 amp hour battery in the hedge trimmer and trim all day long and still have half a battery left at the end of the day. They don't use
Yep.
hardly anything. The trimmer is really good on battery as well. Surprisingly, there are two versions though. There's the SRM 225, which is more of a homeowner type
Yep, yep.
model,
They don't
versus
look the
the
same. You won't guys out there, you won't
no,
confuse them. They look totally different.
they are, and there's a new one now with a carbon fiber shaft. It's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, there's a big difference there in power for sure. But that 2600 two 5 amp hour batteries, I can do a dozen yards with a lot of trimming on all of them, and I can go all day on two batteries with that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So is that sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you have the after the hedge trimmer, is that the whole collection plus the 10 batteries?
Um, I could be missing something, but I think that might be it.
And then what's your like charging regimen? Like do you have like several chargers? Like what at the end of the day, let's say it's a, full-blown grass cutting day and you're at the
yeah.
end of the day, how are you recharging all these things? All your Echo batteries?
Well, so I've got enough batteries to where I can do 2, maybe 3 days without having to charge anything. But I've got, like, as of right now, they do have, I don't have it yet, but it's called a 6 port field charger, which is still, as of today, listed as coming soon on the website. It's been coming
Gotcha.
soon for a while now. Um, but it's got 6 charging ports in it. You can put six batteries in it at once, and it's like a rapid field charger. So it can do 6 batteries at once, and it's pretty cool. It kind of looks like a big Yeti cooler. You can, like, it has wheels on the back. You can pull it around and throw it in the trailer or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
But I
So
don't
big.
have
So
that
it's
yet. I'm
really
hoping
big.
to it. Yeah, it's pretty big. Um, but I don't have that yet, unfortunately. I don't think anyone does. I don't think it's out yet still. But so as of right now, my charging system looks like I've got four of the um, what is that charger called? I guess it's called a rapid charger, kind of like
Uh-huh.
DeWalt and Milwaukee have the
Yeah.
orange one, not the black one. I've just got four of those plugged in, and a couple of. I still got some. Is it Greenworks or Ego? I can't remember which one. Greenworks or Ego. I've got a. Which one has the big rectangle batteries?
Yeah, that's the Ego. They have the big square
So,
batteries. Yeah.
so I've still got some of those Ego chargers out there with batteries too. Because I'll tell you what, I've got that Ego, the battery powered push mower.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the model number, but I love that thing. It's absolutely awesome.
And
I'll
that's a
probably
that's
end
a
up,
Ego push mower as well.
yeah, yeah, and
Yep.
I love it. It's a good time. I don't have much use for it. I use it like we have a campsite. I keep it there and use it to cut the grass at the campground, so I don't have to
Uh-huh.
haul anything in and out. But it's awesome. I'll probably swap that out for an Echo one over the winter here.
Oh, I
But for
gotcha.
now, I've still got some Ego stuff because I've got little stuff I use around here. I've got an Ego blower and stuff. That thing's great for blowing out the garage or blowing the leaves off the patio or something like that real quick. Um,
Yeah, I mean, and you
Yeah,
could,
I'll probably.
if you decide to buy or they send you the Echo stuff, you could always resell the Ego stuff. People want that. It's a pretty popular brand. I mean, like my grandpa lives in this little community thing in New York, and like he has an Ego push mower. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty widespread. I feel like
Yeah.
those green push mowers. Like Lowe's has them and
Yep.
stuff. I don't know. They're pretty everywhere, pretty much.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, that's cool. So you're saying you might get the Echo one instead?
Yeah, just to, you know, as far as the battery platform goes, I don't want to have, because I've got all the DeWalt batteries already. I can't get rid of those because all of my power tools are DeWalt,
Right,
everything.
all your drills,
So
everything.
so I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm in that. So I've got to have all the DeWalt chargers. I've got
right.
all the Echo chargers. I would like to simplify that down to just Echo and DeWalt and get rid of the Ego. And then I've got a few, other things here and there that I've picked up over the years just because I like trying stuff out. So I'll
Yep.
usually try it out and then sell it on Facebook or something like that. But the Ego stuff, I really like that push mower so much that I've kept that around. And I've got, what happened was I went to Lowe's and I bought the pole saw. I bought a one that's like a DPAS, like a attachment
Uh-huh.
system.
Yep, yep.
It's got an edger, a string trimmer. I bought that. I bought two handheld blowers, which one of them wasn't great. The other one works pretty well. And then I bought that lawnmower. So I got a bunch of the stuff. I just don't really use it anymore because honestly, the Echo stuff is so much better. And again, the stuff I have from Ego may be like the 225 version in
I
Echo.
gotcha.
I may
Yeah,
have
right.
the homeowner version. So it's not fair really to compare the two. But I just don't have a need to keep all that other stuff because I really don't use it much anymore. Other than that push mower, I love it, but I'll probably switch it out for an Echo just so that I'm on the same platform with batteries.
Right, and then you could get a couple more batteries when you buy the mower, or hopefully they send it to you. But
Yeah, for
even
sure.
even if you have to buy it, then you have even more into your collection. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So, man, how many days is it till the expo? You don't even
I
have
think
that.
15.
Oh
I think
wow,
15.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sneaking up on me this year. Like I feel like I'm not mentally like ready for it or something. Um,
I think it's just excitement. At least for me, I get so excited and ready for it. I just love it. I have such a great time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just like I think there's a million things I need to do between now and then, and like those kind of clog up my mind a little bit. Once I get past some of those things, like as it gets closer and closer, as I hopefully get some of those things done, then
Right.
I'll feel more excited. I mean, I am excited, but it's like, man, I'm not ready for it to come yet. I gotta
I
do a lot of
know
things. Um,
it is stressful for sure.
yeah, I need to just silly things like even like this new van we bought. I don't even know what oil filter stuff it takes, so I need to like figure that out and like
Right.
change the oil before I go. Just all these random things I need to do. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
you know how that is before you go somewhere,
For
because
sure.
it's an 8 hour drive for me, so it's gonna, it's a little bit of a rip, and I'll probably try to leave at like 2 in the morning or something that day. I'll try to leave on Tuesday.
Yep.
Um, like work Monday, but then Tuesday, leave at, whatever it is, 2 in the morning, and then I'll be there, even before lunchtime. Um,
Wow.
and then there's this place that's probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the expo, and it's like this big, like, nature hike park kind of thing we went to with the kids last year, and that was really, really cool. And it has these huge like wooden like statue things that they've built. And it's neat. I don't know what it's called exactly. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like an attraction of sorts, but I think it's like owned by the state or something.
Gotcha.
And you like get to walk, hike through all this like, you know, these fields, and it's cool because it's all different trees and everything than what we have here over there. So it's
Sure.
cool. It's cool to see that. You know what I mean? So we try to do that. We did that last year. Before any of the festivities on Tuesday night kick off, and that's kind of the plan. Um,
Well, when are you going to sleep? If you're working all day Monday,
Yeah.
and then you're going to go leave at 2 in the morning, and then you're going to get there and go hiking, and then Tuesday night, you're gonna have to sleep in there somewhere.
Yeah. It's hard. I'm gonna have to try to sleep as soon as I can on Monday night.
Okay.
You know how that is though. It's hard. There'll probably be a million. Hey, did you put this in the car? Hey, did you
Right.
do this? Right?
Yeah, it's impossible for me to sleep the night before I leave because I'm just running through all the scenarios in my head all night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but the idea is though to just try to like go to sleep as soon as work gets done. But I mean, just there's always these like last minute packing things and all that. Especially when you go with the
for
kids and all that. I
sure.
mean, there's a lot of random things. Um,
Definitely.
and we got to like bring our dog to like the boarding place and just all these things, right? Um, uh, but yeah, so I got to try to sleep a few hours in there, like you're saying, because then you just drive most of the night. That's what I usually do every time, though. And then, um, yeah, and then we go and then we stay up really late talking with the boys, and then sleep for 4 or 5 hours, and then get up on Wednesday
Yeah.
and do the same thing over again. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I tell you, what was it last? Not last year. I guess the year before. I stayed through Friday, finished the expo out when it ended on Friday, and then my plan was to drive home um, right after. It's about 6.5 hours for me probably,
I gotcha.
and my plan was just leave there at I don't know noon one whenever it ended
Uh
on
huh.
Friday. And I tell you what, I got like halfway home and I had to stop and get a hotel room. I was so tired just from doing that every day for 3, 4 days.
Right. Right.
I couldn't drive anymore. So I was like 3 hours from home and I stopped and got a hotel and stayed the night.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I remember last year. Thankfully, my wife was with me and she caught it. But I mean, I was on that verge. I was about 4 hours into the drive, like after the expo was done. You know what I mean?
Right,
Um,
right.
it was 4 or 5 in the afternoon, probably Friday night, starting to get slightly dark and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and that's when you got to watch it. You know what I mean? Like I was, things were getting fuzzy. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
On the road.
That's right where I was. For some reason, the drive to the expo is no problem.
Right.
The drive home though is terrible.
Yeah, I think some of that excitement kind of helps you out, but then
Absolutely.
when you drive home, number one, we're very tired just from the whole experience, and number two, you don't really have any of that excitement to help you out. It's like I don't really want to go back home and blow leaves and all that right now this weekend,
Right, right.
but I'm gonna do that anyway. Like so, all the things are kind of working against you, tired
Yes,
wise, when you leave. You know what I mean? um,
absolutely.
yeah. So that's a good idea. I don't know. I need to try to sleep maybe hopefully more than 4 hours during the nights of when we're there. You
It's
know,
tough,
um,
especially when some of the cool stuff starts really early, and you got to be there for
right,
it. So
right, yeah. I'm gonna go to that prayer breakfast thing. That was really cool. Um,
yeah,
Doors open at that like 6 o'clock in the morning or something.
right, right.
um,
Yeah, exactly.
and but but on the other hand, like I don't want to. It's cool staying up late and talking to the guys. Like we only get to do this one time per year, and that's it. You got 2 days.
Right.
We literally have 2 half days and one full day. Like basically 2 full days. That's it. And that's over. It's over. Um.
Yep.
So that's yeah. So it's like I I do want to try to sleep, but also there is value in trying to get all you can out of it. While you're there. You know what I mean? Um, because it'll once it's over for another year. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, for sure.
but if we do sleep a slightly more, it probably could be able to have a little bit more, you know, cognizant conversations. Is that what they say? That's
Yeah,
not the right word,
yeah.
but
You're
I,
right, but it's easier said than done.
right,
I'll tell
right.
you, you're there all day at the equip, and then there's always something happening right after, and then
Yes,
after that, you're back at the hotel. You're trying to get your video up for that day, and then by the time you've done all that, at least me, I'm tired, but I can't seem to fall asleep because I'm just still going a mile a minute.
right, right.
And then before you know it, it's time to get up and do it all over again.
Yeah. Like you're saying, like you think back through in your mind, like all the things you went through the day, all the things you've seen, all these things, and then then it's like boom, your alarm's going off, and you think, did I actually like even fall asleep, or maybe I did for a little while, or I don't know.
Right, right, right.
Especially if you stay up too late, doing the editing and stuff after you already talked to the guys, it can really start to really, really get late. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, so I want to try to like that first day, sorry, Wednesday, first day of the expo, I want to try to do like a walkthrough, try to walk fast and not really like stop and chat a lot, at the booths or
sure.
anything, and try to do a video that, that I could put up the first night that takes minimal editing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Um,
right.
that's my plan for that. I have not done that in the future. I mean, past, but that's what I want to do. So, um,
Yeah, I heard you and Andy talking about that. It's
oh,
a good
okay,
idea.
yeah. I mean, I kind of stole some ideas from you. Other than I'm gonna just try to do it in one shot.
Yeah,
um,
that's awesome.
what's your strategy? Like, do you have certain days? Which I want to get you off here. We're already pushing up on an hour. Right?
Oh,
That's
you're fine. You're fine.
um do you have like, okay, this day, like in Ron's mind, do you like, this day I'm going outside, this day I'm staying inside, this day I'm trying to hit my list of and talk to these booths, and this time I'll just kind of wander around and see what I see. Like, how does that strategy work? Indoor, outdoor, that kind of thing. Do you have any plan for that, or what?
Yeah, so yes and no, right? I do like to try to get outside as soon as possible because after those mowers are running on that turf out there for half a day, that dust kicks up and it gets so dusty and nasty out there. And not only is it unpleasant to be in, the videos aren't great when all you see is a cloud of dust every time you're trying to film this mower go by.
Right.
It's just a cloud of dust. So I do try to get out there sooner rather than later, at least for some of the mowers and the stuff that's moving around a lot. I can go out and do a lot of the stuff whenever, but as far as just getting content of the actual, the mowers and the equipment moving around working, I like to do that as soon as possible just because of that, because of the dust. And it just gets so crazy out there. And I think a lot of people come in, especially the people that come for the first time, as soon as they walk in the building and they see all that is equipped, they're just mesmerized and awestruck, and they don't even think about going outside right there, on that first day early, because they're just amazed by everything else. So I think that's the best time for shooting content. I think is day one, as early as possible. So I try to get out there, but I've also got things that I have to be at certain times too. So it depends. Like we have a thing with the UAG. We have to
Uh
shoot some
huh.
stuff at 11 a.m. on Wednesday in the outdoor booth. So that'll be perfect because I'll be out there before everybody else. I'll be able to go through and check stuff
Yeah.
out then, and that'll work out great.
That's awesome, and I do think that is a good idea before it gets, you know, blown out and rutted up and dust everywhere in the
Yes.
mowers, to go straight out there first day.
Yep.
But one problem though that I also think about in my mind is, like, usually there'll be something that I notice on the inside, like, wow, that's
Yeah,
new,
for
I didn't
sure.
know, and I want to try it outside. But like,
Yeah.
if I just seen it outside with dust on it, I wouldn't recognize that it was something new. So it's
Yeah.
so like, I feel like there's a little bit of an element of it. You got to like maybe notice it inside and then go outside, to try it. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yes. Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you what, it's a total blessing for me that this year I have an exhibitor pass, so I'll be able to get in pretty early and kind of get a look at that stuff like that inside, before the crowds are in there, before even the dealer people come in and the media people come in. So that'll be awesome to be able to kind of get in there and get kind of a lay of things and find out. Everybody kind of stays in the same spot every year, so you
right.
kind of know where every company's booth is. But and again, I still have to figure out what are those big things this year. I haven't really heard much
I haven't
talk
really
about.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
so exhibitor pass, that's even, you get it there even before like the media pass, right? So like, even on like
Yeah,
setup day and like really early, or what?
yeah, yeah. I guess from what I understand, basically it's just whenever you just go in, and as long as you have an exhibitor pass, you're able to get in.
So you're going tomorrow, you're saying?
I will not be there until till Tuesday the 21st.
They're all in the past years, there always has been like a guy or two randomly that will post a picture on like Naylor's Facebook group, like even a week
Yes.
before, and
Yeah.
just like pictures of like stuff starting to be loaded in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess if you live close, it'd be tempting to pull in and see what it is like, I guess.
I would love to do that, but honestly, that Monday, the Monday before EQUIP is always the craziest day, right? It's like Black Friday. I'm just going crazy trying to get as much done as possible before I leave the next day. So,
yeah, me as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if one of these days, maybe I'll get down there on that Monday and check things out. But for now, Monday's gonna be a busy one.
You gotta have Echo like fly you in on that private jet so you can make sure you get there fast on that Monday.
Right, that'd be nice. I could use a private jet. That'd be great.
Yeah, see like your logo on the side of it. Your dog logo on it. That'd be cool.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
It's not quite in the budget just
yet. Well, is there anything else? I mean, we could talk for a long, long time, and we will talk more. But I want to get you off here. We're at an hour. I want to wrap this thing up. You have a wife, family, as do I. But man,
sure.
Anything else you want to leave the people with? Other than we're just hopefully all of you guys listening will come. It's not too late. Use promo code Tony, get 50% off. You can still find hotels, as long as they're not right there on top of the event. You go in any direction a little ways out, you can get one. And we think that you should come hang out with us. So would you second that or what?
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a great time. Seeing all the equipment is awesome, but really seeing the people that you just get to see once a year, it's just, there's nothing like it. It's such a good time. If you're into the green industry, you'll absolutely love it. If you've never been, you definitely have to at least check it out once.
I gotcha. Well, man, it was so awesome having you on here. It's always great to talk to you. And
yeah, likewise.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you. I'll have to see if the rock star hair grow back or not.
No, it's not. No, none of that. But yeah, I look forward to it. I can't wait. And if you have time on Wednesday, I know we have your dinner at the Mexican place right after EQUIP, but I got some stuff to do at that social media patio on Wednesday, the happy hour from 3 to 5.
Yeah, that's great.
So they're going to do a bunch of giveaways of equipment and all kinds of merch and stuff. So if you get a chance, I'm sure I'll see you as soon as I get there.
So you're saying 3 to 5 you'll be there?
Yeah, 3 to 5. I think most of us will be there at the social media patio for happy hour. They got free food and a DJ and all that fun stuff. A lot of cool giveaways and stuff.
Is there like a certain time, or I just stop by any time between 3 and 5? Do you think?
Yeah, no, it's anytime it starts at 3, ends at 5 when the expo is done for the day. So yeah, anytime 3 to 5 at that social media patio there.
All right, bud. Well, I will see you then. Well, I'll see you at Phil's event, right? Is that
Tuesday night?
Is that the first place that I'll see you probably?
Yeah, I don't know. I know we kind of both weren't crazy about the opening reception. Are you going to go to that or?
I mean, Phil and stuff's going to start getting at his place in the round. I mean, I think his official time was 7, but he'll be there earlier than that. So
right
at the 6 or whatever, I might just go on over to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do too.
Yeah, I mean, the welcome thing's not bad. I mean, I think it's cool, but they need about twice that many tables for the amount of people that show up, but
yeah, exactly. It's busy.
Yeah.
And then everybody printing their badges and stuff on those computers by the doors.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. It's a long line.
Yeah. That was such a pain. I waited in this forever 400-person line, and then I get up and they're like, "Oh, this is the H&A computer. You got to go to that line over there." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I did it too. That's the ones on the left, right?
Yeah. I think.
I did the same thing.
Well, at first I went into the right. You know what I mean? Because I was like, "Well, this line looks a little shorter or something," and they're like, "No, you got to go over there." And I guess that would make sense because there was over on the left, or was that the section with like those little strappy things, where it like organizes the line. It was big, long line over there.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, so like, yeah. So if I'm in town early enough, I know my friend Aaron Sutter. He just went over to the expo center and printed his before he even went there, so he didn't stand in any lines to get printed
Oh, I didn't know
out.
you could do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, like you can, like the expo is closed, but you can go in the lobby part, and the kiosks are ready to roll. You know what I mean? So you can just go in,
Oh,
boom,
that's cool.
use that kiosk thing. That's what I want to try to do. If I can.
Well, that's a big tip for everybody. Definitely look at that.
Well, I mean, you got the exhibitor pass. You can probably just go on in the expo on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think the hotel I ended up with has like a kiosk in the
I
lobby, so
think
you
it
can
does
print
too.
it at the
Yes, yeah,
hotel.
that one you did. Yeah, certain ones will. And dude,
Yeah.
I wonder if that one has the bus where it could like bring you. That's cool as well. I mean,
I don't know,
obviously,
but that would be cool.
yeah, some of them have the shuttle service. There's probably like 5 or 10 that they work with. That's why you always see those buses parked out there. Um,
Sure, sure.
and so they just run to certain the the main hotels and whatnot. Um,
Right.
I mean, obviously, I guess that's a little problem if you wanted to jump in your own truck and go to it after event. But I guess you could always ride that back and then get your car from your hotel and then go there. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
I just think it'd be cool, if someone else drive you in the morning and stuff. I mean, that'd be cool. Um,
That would be.
but can you go in on Tuesday with your exhibitor pass, or you don't think you can go in that early?
From what I was told, I can go in whenever I want.
Oh, that's great. Well, then
So
just
I may try to get in Tuesday if
yeah,
I'm there. If I have enough time between arriving and then Phil's event, if I can
right.
swing in there, I probably will because I know I'm gonna. I have a friend that's coming in, another UAG member. I'm gonna pick him up at the airport
Oh, okay.
and drop
Yep.
him off at his Airbnb. So I'll be around there. So yeah, if I have time, I'll definitely swing in there and check things out.
All right. Shoot me a spy shot while you're in there on Tuesday, and I'll put up the
Yeah,
first
you bet.
sneak peek video.
For sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
steal one for me. All right, bud.
Right.
I'll talk to you. I'm sure. I'll definitely talk to you before we get to the expo. But I'm looking forward to it. Man, 2 weeks. That's gonna go by like nothing. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Get all caught up and a little bit ahead if you
Yeah.
can.
All right, bud. You have a good night.
All right, thanks, Tony. You too.
See ya.
Bye bye.
There you guys have it. Oh man, Ron Green Shapes, Ohio. Sheesh. All right then. See ya.